Hey, welcome to Smart and Messy Situations. Well, yesterday I was talking about the types of foods we would eat off the land, how my aunts, my uncles, my grandparents, and parents would eat off of the land. And pretty much the natives of that area, we pretty much ate what was on the land. I think about it now and I see how relevant it was. And my grands must have been watching them. Mother must have let them watch the one I had up yesterday, the live. And they said, Grandma, what else did you eat off of the land? And I'm thinking back, my dad used to take me hunting in the groves. And when I get in the groves, we were hunting for rabbits. The rabbit tastes just like chicken. For real, real. Mm-mm. I remember it being fried just like chicken. hmm And my granddaddy Ed, he and his neighbors would dig this huge hole in the ground and they would put these hot rocks on it. And I don't know how they kept the rocks hot, but if they went hunting and they caught like a hog or something, they would put it down on these hot rocks and they would cover it and it would cook maybe 4 or 5 days. And then my grandmother, when they cleaned the hog, they would take the head off. And I was a little girl, so I didn't understand. I ate whatever my grandparents were eating. So my grandma used to make some kind of jelly stuff, so I thought, and then it would harden. And I remember going into the kitchen, she said, Taste this, Tammy. Taste this. She called me Tammy. My granddaddy called me Red. And I would taste it, and it would be so smooth and seasoned in my mouth. And guess what it was? Hog head cheese, or people call it sauce. They used to put it on crackers and eat it. And my grandmother used to make it with the rabbits. She would fry it up just like chicken. She'd season it, put it in flour. But my Uncle Nay's wife, she would actually stew. Most of her food was like stewed or roasted or baked or something like that. And what else did we eat? Oh, my daddy's favorite, frog legs. Anything and everything that was on the land, we turned into food. Frog legs, but they used to be really big back then. The frog legs, the thighs would be about this big, and Daddy would fry it up, and everything tasted like chicken to me. If you put a batter on it, if you fried it, honey, it tastes like chicken to me. So as a kid, I'm thinking, hey, another form of chicken. And let's see. Oh, alligator. We used to eat alligator tail all the time. Yeah, my Aunt Nay's wife, the full-blooded Native American, down from my grandma's house, she would cook alligator, but she would stew it. It was so good, and she would have these huge feasts. She had like a homemade wooden table, and she would lay out all this different wild food, and we would eat alligator tail, which is a delicacy now. A lot of people still eat alligator tail. But when I moved over to Tampa, at one time Tampa Bay, Florida, I went to, I think it was called Brandon City, and I had fried alligator tail on a steak. It was so good. It was crispy on the outside. It's a little bit oily, a little bit fatty, but it's so good. And I guess you're wondering what I'm cooking in my pot back here. Well, I hadn't had like mustard greens in a long, long time. And my grandmother and my mom is a wonderful cook. Oh my gosh. She used to get like the pig skin and make what do you call that? The crunchy stuff, the pig skin. Mom, I can't think of what they used to call it. Skins. I guess it was just skins, but she would put it in the oven, season it, and bake it for a long time. And then it would come out crunch, crunch, crunch. So good. But anyway, I'm cooking mustard greens right now. And I wanted to cook it the way my grandmother cooks it with the ham hock. I usually don't eat a lot of meat. I had gone vegetarian, well, vegan, and now vegetarian. You can have a little meat. And what else we used to eat? I grew up near the ocean, so we ate a lot of fish. Lot of fish. My granddaddy, his favorite was smoked mullet, smoked salmon, where they would actually hang the fish in a smoke room and it would smoke. And it was so good. And we used to catch like live crabs that would run on the beach. It had these deep holes, so we would pull them out. And certain times of the year they are blue, and then when you put them in water, they turn pink. And what else we used to eat? Hermit crabs. I think they were called either fiddler crabs or hermit. They were the tiny ones. But my granddaddy used to catch them. He would actually boil them, and we would eat what little meat we could get out of it. So everything on the land we ate. They used to eat armadillo. Oh my gosh, yeah. Possum, raccoon, anything on the land they made into food. And then there was like an abundance of berries that they grew in their backyard, blackberries. My grandmother used to make blackberry doobies. Um, we had grapefruit. Oh, and they grew like wild grapes. So we had grapes. Grandma had like a chicken pen over far because when they purchased land, they didn't just get like land to live on. It was like a homestead. Everywhere they lived, it was like they had to have like a homestead, and it has to have like a agriculture purpose on it or something when you buy the land. So when they bought the land, even my mom and dad, it's can be used as like agriculture. So you can plant like vegetables, or you can even have animals on it if you want to. My grandmother utilized that. My uncle Nay and his wife utilized the land for agriculture and to produce food to feed our families. And that's just the way it was in my past ladder. That's my great granddad. He had like a farm, and well, he had 9 children, so those that was his laborers, I suppose, including my grandma. And they had fields of like vegetables or corn. They would rotate. They had to rotate the vegetables because you can't like grow one kind like forever and ever. You have to like give the soil a rest. You have to change crops, in order to keep the soil replenished. And what else did Grandma say they grew on the farm? I can't quite remember. She just told me that they grew a lot of vegetables, and that's how they made their money, because they would harvest and sell what they grew, and also would feed their huge families. So they never really gave out of food. They might have gotten low if it was like a rough winter, or something like that, but during the season in which the fruit or the vegetables came in, they had food. Whether it was abundant or whether it was not so abundant, but they always had something to eat. So let me get back here. This is from the Farming Fresh family and curly mustards. And this is grown in Georgia. And they bag it like this. And at the farmer's market, they have one on this place called Eisenhower Parkway too. But all of it is grown in Georgia. That's where I live now. So I purchased from Georgia. And I'm going to cook some curly mustards with some ham hocks. I'll see y'all later. Oh, and I'm making cornbread with the two-tile. Later, Gators.